of one of the assistant coaches chasing Caitlin Clark down as she's riling up the crowd. And it seems like she's getting scolded, reprimanded, told, hey, all that hyping up, don't do that. Don't do it. Let's take a look here first. Now here we go. Body language doctor. Body language doctor is out and about. Caitlin Clark's like, what the hell?
Did the Fever coach just pull a WWE move on Caitlin Clark mid-celebration? Yep. A resurfaced clip shows her getting physically blocked from enjoying her moment hand. The internet is absolutely losing it. Was it a calculated move? Sabotage? Or just someone salty they weren't part of the spotlight? Stick around, because what happened next has fans shouting, she did not just do that. This one's packed with receipts, replays, and a whole lot of what the heck energy. Let's get into it.
Has gotten to the point where she realizes if she gives the ball to Natasha Howard, not only is she not going to get the ball back, but Natasha Howard isn't even going to look in her direction. We have officially reached...
1 second. Caitlin Clark is lighting up the court, hyping the crowd, doing what she does best, and the next, her own coach turns into the celebration police, yanking her back like she just tried to breeze past TSA with an open water bottle. You could see it all in Caitlin's face. The shock, the pause, that what in the actual heck just happened. Expression, not pain, not anger, just the stunned realization that even joy comes with restrictions, now in Indiana, no less.
So look, I don't think it's any secret that I'm not a fan of the Indiana Fever backroom staff. I'm not a fan of what they're trying to do to Caitlin Clark, and I fully believe they're trying to diminish, they're trying to dim the flame of Caitlin, and they're trying to make her fit in to what the WNBA used to be, rather than fit out and be her. I mean that. Like, that is my opinion, and there's no question.
And let's be honest, this isn't some isolated incident. It's the cherry on top of a weird, awkward, and increasingly frustrating Sunday that's been building since the day she was drafted. The woman can't even sneeze without someone in her own camp trying to hand her a tissue laced with micromanagement. You'd think success would earn her a little breathing room, but apparently, even celebrating now requires committee approval.
Everybody online is talking about this play during one of the games where, as you're going to see, one of the coaches for the Indiana Fever just went and pretty much almost tackled Caitlin Clark for getting the crowd riled up. Man, why is she doing it? And I want to say that's this lady right here, Karima Christmas Kelly, one of the assistant coaches. And as you see right there, she just seemed to have went and grabbed the Caitlin Clark. As Caitlin Clark was trying to get the team, the crowd amped up for a big time.
I mean, this girl's been selling out arenas, igniting fan bases, and turning casual sports brothers into die-hard WNBA followers. And yet, the very franchise that should be building statues in her honor is treating her like an over-enthusiastic intern. At a staff meeting, there's a fine line between structure and sabotage, and this coaching staff is breakdancing all over it in heels.
This clip getting shown again, and it's just, in my opinion, is completely unacceptable. It is completely unacceptable. Like, if a coach did this to any other player in the league, they'd be fired. Or they'd at least be questioned for them being fired. Then goes and hits a step back three on JC Sheldon. And she goes, the whole crowd's going nuts. And she comes, and she's getting subbed off, by the way, at this stage. She's getting subbed off for the game. She doesn't go back in the game at this stage. So it's not like it's a close game. They're up 20. She does not see the floor again. Caitlin Clark is there hyping up the crowd. She's there trying to hype up the crowd. Exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. You want to see this version of Caitlin. You want to see this player. And watch what happens here. So the coach just grabs her. Just grabs her out of nowhere. And I'm like, I don't think there's anything too malicious in that. I don't know if there's anything too malicious. We don't know what's said. But like, you can't.
The management, equally uninspiring. It's like they stumbled into a generational star and immediately handed her a to-do list that reads, dim your personality, share the spotlight with teammates who can't hit a layup, and whatever you do, don't make us look like we've lost control. Caitlin Clark wasn't brought in just to shoot threes. She was brought in to change the game. And yet, every move she makes seems to be met with subtle resistance. If it's not her minutes being mysteriously limited, it's teammates acting allergic to ball movement. And now this a coach literally grabbing her mid-celebration, like she's a rogue toddler at Disneyland. Let's be real, that wasn't just a miscommunication. That was a full-blown vibe killer. This girl has been hyping crowds since college. It's her thing. It works. It fuels momentum, brings energy, stirs passion. But instead of leaning into that, the Fever staff acts like they'd prefer she celebrate quietly in a dark room, with a librarian clapping softly in the background. You'd think she broke protocol. She didn't. She's been breaking ratings, records, but clearly, that's still not enough for a coaching staff that seems more concerned with optics than actually winning basketball games.
That is transpiring with the Indiana Fever, but I said this yesterday, there is definitely something going on within the locker room, the front office. Something is off, man. This is the third situation in one game we have had involving Caitlin Clark and the coaching staff and pretty much another player. We had the Natasha Howard situation where Caitlin Clark bent down to tie her shoe up because she knew Natasha Howard wasn't even going to pass her the damn ball. And I'm telling you right now, that whole situation is crazy in itself. Ever since DeWanna Bonner been gone, they have simply turned this thing into the Natasha Howard.
Bro, let's not act like this is about discipline or team unity or whatever PR spin is making the rounds. This is about control, plain and simple. About a coaching and management staff that seems more intimidated by Clark's gravity than inspired by it. It's giving insecure. It's giving, we weren't ready for someone this big, so now we're going to shrink her down to size. It's weird. It's tone deaf, and honestly, it's kind of sad, because you can see it on her face now. When she's benched too early, when her teammates go tunnel vision and pretend she doesn't exist on the wing, there's this flicker of disbelief, a silent scream just beneath the surface. She's a gamer, a competitor, a professional, but she's also human, and this strange energy from the bench, it's wearing on her. The joy is still there, but it's dimmer. The sparkle isn't gone, but it's blinking. At some point, someone's going to ask the hard question, why stay? Why keep pretending? This is a developmental year when what's really happening is a slow, painful rejection of everything that makes Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark.
Last season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark was 26.5% of all economic activity. As a rookie, merchandise in the league went up 234%. But here was the one that struck me. Before she got there, the Indiana Fever, the valuation of the franchise was $90 million. After playing, 40 games, the valuation of that team now is $340 million. I don't think it's a game you duplicate. There is no second Steph Curry. There is no other player that plays like that. She could be $1 billion athlete. Like, when I see these numbers, I'm like, oh, this is...
And let's not even get started on the broader agenda, because the more this goes on, the more obvious it gets. There's a whole bunch of people in power who don't know what to do with a white woman breaking the mold in the WNBA. She doesn't fit the usual narrative. She's not playing the political game. She's not leaning into identity wars. She just wants to hoop, hype the fans, and win. That makes her a problem for people who prefer carefully curated underdog stories. And it's starting to feel like she's being punished for being too successful too quickly. The thing is, fans aren't stupid. They see it. They hear the tension. They read the body language. They're watching her get iced out on plays. Watching her expression when she's pulled after heating up. Watching that now infamous coach grab like she just tried to storm Area 51. And they're not buying the excuses. Not anymore. The problem isn't Caitlin Clark. The problem is the people who can't handle Caitlin Clark. She's been nothing but consistent, relentlessly driven, focused, the fire starter. She's brought more eyes to this league in months than others have in years. But from the looks of it, her own organization is treating her like a public relations liability instead of the goldmine she is, which is frankly bananas. Imagine the marketing meetings. Hey guys, let's rein in our most popular player. Maybe stop her from being awesome. Great plan. And
Clark has been knocked on her ass. She's been knocked on her ass. She's been cheap shotted. She's been poked in the eye. Everything. They have beat the Connecticut Sun. This is a month ago nearly. The Connecticut Sun beat the crap out of her. Absolutely beat the crap out of each other. But
if this is the direction the Fever insists on pushing, don't be surprised if one day Caitlin Clark walks in, looks around, and says, nope, I'm good. Because there's only so much weird energy, subtle sabotage, and career throttling a person can take before they decide they've had enough. And when that day comes, half the league will be waiting with open arms and better coaching. This isn't just a coaching misstep, it's a masterclass in how to fumble generational Talent. She's been navigating roadblocks from day one. Nike delayed her signature shoe like it was a Kickstarter with no budget. The league has been slow to protect her from cheap shots and public attacks. And now, even her own team seems more focused on neutralizing her than unleashing her. That celebration grab that wasn't just physical, it was symbolic. A metaphor for everything she's endured since becoming the face of the league. So, yeah, fans are frustrated. They're watching their favorite player get held back, both literally and figuratively. And they're tired of being told to trust the process when the process looks this dysfunctional. You can't build a franchise around a generational star and then treat her like she's on probation at summer camp. Enough already.
Body had put on there, has this coach been reprimanded, suspended, fired? This is really terrible behavior. What is happening behind the scenes? If the WNBA wants to do an investigation, they might want to look into the FIBA staff treatment of Caitlin Clark. And you see right here, women are equal, correct? We all know the story. This would be if there was a male coach, why the double standard? Fire her. Coach's posture is interesting. I remember seeing it live and thought it was.
Either the Fever gets it together, or they risk losing the very force that made them relevant in the first place. Because if Caitlin Clark finally decides she's done, it won't just be Indiana that feels the fallout. It'll be the entire Bimba watching the best thing to happen to their league walk away from the nonsense and never look back at this point. It honestly feels like the Fever are running a master class in how to lose a superstar in 30 days. If this were a rom-com, Caitlin would be packing her bags while Kelly Clarkson plays dramatically in the background. The swagger, the spark that used to radiate from every deep three, every crowd-hyping gesture, every electric moment, it's flickering. And this isn't about a shooting slump or rookie nerves. This is a franchise actively draining the joy out of basketball for the one player who made it fun again for millions. It's like watching a unicorn slowly get turned into a mule because someone in upper management decided glitter was too distracting.
No one is giving you a chance, and it's not fun no more. Angel Reese fans no longer making it fun. They've been very draining and exhausting. The Caitlin Clark haters is no longer making it fun. They draining and exhausting. Your fans, some of the CC fans are no longer making it fun. They are draining and exhausting. No one, not one, is giving you the opportunity in your era to grow for you to get better. Everyone has high expectations of you because of what you did your first year.
And from a business standpoint, it's absolute insanity. There's no spreadsheet, no algorithm, no PowerPoint presentation on earth that justifies stifling Caitlin Clark. She's not just a player, she's a brand, a media magnet, a walking revenue engine with a jump shot. But here come the Fever, clutching their clipboards like maybe if they squeeze a little harder, she stops smiling altogether. Mission accomplished. Geniuses. Because let's be real, Caitlin Clark hasn't really smiled in weeks, and who could blame her? She was drafted into dysfunction, tossed into a locker room with freezer-burn chemistry, handed a coach who treats her like a liability, and surrounded by teammates who play like passing to her voids their warranty. Every game feels like a group project where the star student is being graded on someone else's sloppy work, and when she dares to show a flicker of personality, she gets grabbed, benched, iced out, or scolded. The message is loud and clear. Dim it down, Caitlin. Be less asterisk.